I will show you how to factor quadratic equations by using the x method and the ladder method. The method is easier than the guess and check and should help you in your factoring. Remember, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c is the standard form of the quadratic function. Today, I will show you how to factor using the magic x and ladder method for the following example. 2m to the second power minus 11m plus 15. The first thing you must do is draw an x. You will multiply a and c and write the number in the top portion of the x. So right here, a times c. And then you will write b in the bottom portion of the x. So for example, you will multiply 2 times 15 and get 30 and write that in the top portion here. And our b here is negative 11, so I will write that in the bottom portion of our x. Now, I must think of two numbers that multiply together to make 30 and added together make negative 11. What could those two numbers be? Yes, that's right, negative 5 and negative 6. When multiplied together, negative 5 times negative 6 equals 30. When added together, negative 5 plus negative 6 equals negative 11. Now that we have found these two numbers, we will rewrite our quadratic equation to factor with the ladder method. I am going to keep the quadratic and constant term the same. However, I will rewrite my linear term. So the quadratic term stays the same at 2m squared. The linear term will be rewritten into two parts. Instead of negative 11m, I will rewrite it as negative 5m minus 6m. If you notice, we added negative 5m and negative 6m, it equals negative 11m. So it's still the same equation, just rewritten. And the constant term stays the same as mentioned earlier, so the 15 will be the same. Now, once you have your equation set up, we will draw a ladder, separating the function into two parts. Make sure you draw the line before the sign of the second linear term. So in this case, draw a line before negative 6m. Once you have done this, you will factor out each part. Let's look at the first portion, 2m squared minus 5m. I need to find the greatest common factor between the two. What could that be? Yes, that's right. M is the greatest common factor between 2m squared and 5m. So I will factor out m, and inside we will have 2m minus 5. Now, I will focus on the second portion of our ladder and see what is the greatest common factor there. Yes, that's right. Negative 3 is the greatest common factor of negative 6m and 15. So I factor that out and I get 2m minus 5 inside the parentheses. And if you can see, 2m minus 5 and 2m minus 5 is a common factor. So that will be pulled out as one of the factors. And the other factor is pulled from what is on the outside, m minus 3. And now this will be our solution. M minus 3 times 2m minus 5 is the factor of our original equation, 2m squared minus 11m plus 15. Thank you for taking the time to review how to factor using the x and ladder method. Practice using this method until the next time we meet.